All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let me. You can't really see me there, can you? Um, I'll put you over here then. Um, there we go. Better at least. All right, so let me review a bit of. Uh, well, South Park's. Yes, I paid the $2 to watch it. The pandemic special. Now, there's it's broken up into an A plot and a B plot. The B plot with uh, was it the dad Stanley, I think was his name. Um, you know, trying to make him more the focal point of the episode, I think was imaginative but incredibly unnecessary. But it was the B plot, the plot with the kids. I always like those plots better. Um, is a lot more on topic because it kind of speaks to a lot of, I'm pretty sure, how a lot of people feel, particularly a lot of the kids. Because, quite frankly, we are America and we give our kids a lot of freedom. Now, they don't know that compared to other societies in other countries and this and that. So they don't know what it means to be oppressed by the system. So when was it Kyle, the son, he starts whining about, I want my life back. I just want to hang out with my friends, and it's like, yeah, it's like he's not getting like the concept that this is not how things are supposed to be. It's like, wow, things have really gotten bad. It's like, yes, yes, I know it's all the adults know that there's hardship in life. And it's like, oh no, this is hard. I can't deal with it. It's like, where have you been? It's like, yes, this is a life lesson. I thought you've been through enough so you realize what hardship is. This is life. You have to struggle with shit. It doesn't just go away very easily. But it highlights that very well that people still have a bit to learn about hardship. Hardship is a part of life. And as a lot of freedoms as we have, it doesn't teach a lot of people that, well, quite frankly, shit you gotta drag around like Marley from the night was it the night before Christmas, the Scrooge story. You know, where he has those chains around him. Like, yeah, that's shit that you got to deal with when going through life. You're gonna be dragging shit behind you. You're gonna be dealing with shit, and it ain't gonna go away. It's not gonna go away anytime soon. I do like at the end he finally realizes I'm not fighting for Butters. I'm really fighting for myself. It's like, well, yeah. I mean, it's really hard to see his character kind of be desperate when he's trying to keep filling that bear full of cotton. I don't know why he keeps getting that wrong. I don't know. I never been to a Build-A-Bear, but his constant saying "I gotta get this right" is, yeah, it kind of shows the mental breakdown of a standard-ish American character. Who's finally just fraying at the sides and going to pieces. That he doesn't like his life. At the points where I didn't like my life. Of course, when I told people that, they thought I was stating that I wanted to kill myself. No, 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 no. That came later. Yeah, there will come to points in your life where you feel like, oh my god, this just isn't fun anymore. This isn't what I thought life was going to be. My life was going to be full of at least some sort of laughter or fulfillment, or there'll be something there, or by this point in my life I would have achieved it's something. The American dream, like I said before in previous videos, for adult males back in the day in previous generations was really tied into your identity and your ego of you grow up, you get the job, you get the girl, you get the house, mortgage goes with the house, the white picket fence, and the 2.5 kids. And you're the one that brings home the bacon primarily. But if you don't, or if you don't have a happy enough marriage, or this and that, it all falls apart. It affects their ego, it affects their identity. Because if I don't bring home the bacon, and my wife's barely bringing home sewing money, then it's like, then what am I? You know, what have I become? If I'm, then they view themselves as this chronic loser who can't achieve, and thus the depression and the drinking and blah blah blah. So so their ego is an incredibly fragile thing because once you cannot do what you think is you supposed to do, and it's your responsibility, and you like that because it does feed your ego, it shatters like a freaking Fabergé egg, and it's like, yes, but you get back up. You don't stop. Don't stop. Keep going. Come on. You gotta keep trying this. My dad, in the early '90s, if I may tangent a bit on this, you know, he has had hardship his whole life. He's never had it easy. He had to build things with his own two hands. I'm leaning on my other one. That's why I can't. I'll fall over. Anyway, he had he left home at like 16 or whatever, and he knew the concept of earning your daily bread. You go out there, you work, you eat, and you go back out and do it again. And he's lived his life. He's met people. He's fallen in love a couple of times. He's gotten married a couple of times. And then he in the early 90s, I remember this very clearly, that my dad had no jobs, like 93, I think. Yeah, 93, because then it was because 93 and 94 is when we transitioned from the first house to the second house in Vista in Rialto. Basically, we just moved across the street. It was for sale. It was cheaper. We bought it. And so my dad went and he got himself a job. He says, I'm going to make up cards. I'm going to hand these out to people. I'm going to clean out houses. Houses get abandoned. Houses need clearing out. Houses need fixing. He is a drywaller. That's what he was. He was a construction drywaller. That's what he did all damn day long from the 80s, back when I first known him. That's what he did. Well, he was a barber first, then he was a construction worker. And, you know, and that's what he did. He painted up houses. One of my first gigs was going out there with him and mowing lawns. That's what he did. Is that you don't just give up and say, "Oh, woe is me. Where's another beer?" It's yeah, did whole job today, cleared out 2 houses. Then he went and had a beer. At the end of the whole fucking thing, it's like the newer generations don't know what it means to suffer because we don't give them a whole lot to suffer about until later on when we pull the rug out from underneath them and say, psych, no, life is really difficult. It's not going to be handed to you. And so, yeah, so the newer generations, and I say the millennials, or at least people who have been born in the past 10 years, don't know what it means to be oppressed. Don't know what it means to say, oh, right, you got to work within constraints now. You're going to have to not do whatever you want or whatever freedoms you had before, going outside and playing, talking to your friends in person more, because even though it's like, yeah, I want to interact with a person, I want to play patty cake, whatever, go play basketball, you know, it's like being grounded. It's like, I don't like being bored. Trust me, 15 minutes to be put in the corner was agony when I was 12, because it's a sensory deprivation. It's maddening. That's why people stop doing sensory deprivation, tests, because like we get it. It's not. It doesn't always. It doesn't help people. In the movie IQ, there was a scene in a laboratory with all the science stuff going on, and there was this guy screaming in this room that he was in, and they're talking to Einstein, and then all of a sudden they go back, and the guy stops screaming. They're like, "Doctor, what could have possibly happened?" What happened was the lead character had taken his watch and gone in through the little window door and handed the guy time. He gave him back time because there's no sense of time in the room. He has a bed and stuff to eat, but there's no concept of time. So he gave him his wristwatch and he puts it on his ankle. So now he has time. He knows what time it is. It's anchored him to a point in time. And that's what we need is we need an anchor. We need to go out and play. We need to not feel like this. A lot of these rooms I'm in, nothing happens in here. There's no dames that come through the door, no buddies that come in and chill out and shoot the breeze and have a beer. No one's coming in here. No one's been chilling in my room since since I turned 30 and had that rather nice lady come up and see me, which was, we had to watch an anime together, which was a movie I have here somewhere. I can't see with my glasses, but you know, it was nice to have someone there. Didn't have a horrible misunderstanding and then have her leave. That was fun. What the fuck was I supposed to think? She was asking me questions. Am I dateable? You know, am I not a likable person? The fuck am I supposed to think with that? Is she, you know, trying to get my attention about it? I don't know. I don't know. One thing I do know is I'm more situated for this COVID than anybody else because I live in a very boring world. My inner world's very boring, not very interactive. I don't get out much. So this is just more of the same for me. But like, what was his name? Kyle or Stan or whichever Stan. Stan, yeah, that's what Stan. He's losing his shit because it's like I want my life back. It's like wow, I, I just I only had some sympathy for that character because it's like really it's starting to get to you. It's like now it's like I thought you would start to lose your shit like months before. But I guess some people take longer than others. And yeah, at times this shit does get to me. Being alone so much. Not putting out that big movie yet. Well, I still have time. I'm not 40 yet. Still got 2 years left on that. But yeah, bringing in Stan and Mickey as the subplot or the other plot is rather interesting. Trying to tie them into the creation of COVID, I think is a bit imaginative, if not a bit cruel, for them to be the patient zero of COVID. Um, but yeah, I kind of wish Cartman kind of got the shit kicked out of him a bit more in this episode because I rather liked annoying characters getting the shit kicked out of them. But I guess it was supposed to be the dramatic heel turn for the character to be selfless. But then the ending, ends the way it ends anyway. I won't spoil it for you, but yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is life can be boring for long stretches of time. It cannot be what you expect it or want it to be. That's life. Life is very unpredictable. It's very does its own thing, and you can try. All you can do is try harder to make it what you want. That's all you can do. You have your own free will. You cannot control anything outside yourself. You can only, do you. You can only do your thing. So you just gotta wait it out, and hopefully those uh, um, um, vaccination shots or whatever, the cure, whatever for COVID, will come out in a few months. Hopefully by the end of the year, and hopefully we will not all become neither vampires nor weird-looking mole men. So yeah. So to all you out there, hang tight. This might all be over soon, and then we'll get back to worrying about the next big disaster or mess or problem. And then we'll start to whine about that. Well, they will. I won't. I mean, I'm not a whiner. Me? No. What? No. I'm not a whiner. So, anyway. So take care, all you fair, faithful viewers. And I hope you're getting through this as well as you can. So just hang on tight, kids. We're almost to the end of this thing. Take care and see you at the drive-ins. Because apparently all the theaters are closing down, so yeah, see you at the drive-ins. Bye.